What's up guys, it's the T-Ball and I am back with another video today. I'm going to be showing you guys my top 30 point guard rankings for the 2016 to 2017 NBA season. Before we start, if you can hit that like button and subscribe if you already haven't, it would help grow this channel and it really helps. Your support is greatly appreciated. With that being said, let's get started. So for 30, I have Michael Carter Williams of the Milwaukee Bucks. Carter Williams, he had a pretty rough year last year after being the Rookie of the Year for the 2014 season. It's just been downhill for him. He's a good rebounder. He can pass pretty well. He really does have trouble scoring from outside and inside, but hopefully he plays well for the Bucks. But he does have Dellavedova right on his tail. So for 29, I have Marcus Smart of the Boston Celtics. While Smart's not a starting point guard, I say one of the top point guards off the bench now, and he's great at defense. He can drive pretty well, draw fouls, but the one thing he should kind of improve on is outside shooting. I'm gonna try to go quick, a little more quickly with these up to like the top 15 or 10 or so, something like that. So next we have Chris Dunn, the rookie, fifth overall pick. Reminds me of John Wall. I definitely think he's going to be a good player. Rajon Rondo. Why I have Rondo so low as number 27 is because even though he has great stats, he averaged like somewhere around like 12 points, 12 assists, and 6 boards for the Sacramento Kings last year. I think they're mostly empty stats, but hopefully with the Bulls he can prove me wrong and that he'll thrive and make the playoffs with Wade and Butler. So 26 we got D. Will, Darren Williams. Injury plagued season for him last year, but when he did play, I know he had a 3-pointer to win the game against the Kings, and yeah, he's still pretty good. Darren Collison's next for the Kings. I don't know if he's actually gonna be playing some of the season because he got into like some legal trouble for was like domestic violence or something. But besides that, he's still a pretty decent player. Next we have Ricky Rubio of the Minnesota Timberwolves. He's gonna have Chris Dunn behind right on his tail. So Rubio's got to play well, or he's probably gonna be traded, I think. Elfrid Payton's next. Not a good shooter, but he can definitely pass, and he's a good rebounder and pretty good defender as well. Tony Parker, it hurts me putting Tony Parker so low because I'm a big fan of his game. I've watched him throughout the years of his like whole career, but he's still a good player. Hopefully, um, he'll go back to his peak self. Get it, peak. That's his shoe brand, or the brand he's with for shoes. And yeah, I'm rooting for Parker. Next we have D Rose. I put D Rose kind of low, I think, because last year he showed he cannot shoot. He's a bad defender, basically, but he can still drive and draw fouls. But he had something where he had the lowest point guard. I forgot what the stat was, but he was really bad in one stat. That showed that like it was like a average replacement player would be like much better than him or something like that. So yeah. Next we have George Hill of the Indiana Pacers. I put him around here. I think this is pretty fair. He's a good defender. His offense is okay, I guess, but he is a good shooter. Next we have Emmanuel Mudiay of the Denver Nuggets last year for his rookie season. He played pretty well, inefficient and had a lot of turnovers, but showed he had great potential. Next we have Dennis Schroeder of the Atlanta Hawks. With Jeff T gone, he's going to be the starter, and he's got to prove that you know that he can be the starter. He's a good scorer. He can drive. Definitely a great passer, and we're just going to see how it goes. Next we have D'Angelo Russell, the Rat. So far in the summer league, he's shown that he can definitely play, but we'll see. I think he has a good chance of outperforming this number. 16 we have Goran Dragic for the Heat. Last year he struggled in the beginning, finished strong and was decent in the playoffs. And without D-Wade, he's definitely gonna play well. 15 we have Drew Holiday of the New Orleans Pelicans. Holiday's a great player. The only problem with him and why I put him this low is because injuries, man. It's like he played what like 50 games last season and for the past couple of years. So if it was based on talent alone, that's what I want to just tell you guys. If it was based on talent alone, these rankings would be different. But it includes the talent, the opportunity, and injuries. So yeah, next we have Jalen at 14. Obviously, I'm kind of biased. He's one of my favorite players. But with the Nets next year, he's definitely going to play well, and he might even outperform this number. Um, he's going to have a great opportunity to score, pass, play pick and roll with Brook Lopez, and yeah, I have a separate video for Lynn, so you can go check it out on my channel. 13, we have Jeff Teague of the Indiana Pacers. He was traded from the Hawks to the Pacers. I think he's going to play pretty well. Next to Paul George, Miles Turner, all those great players. It's a great opportunity for Jeff Teague to show stuff. Next we have Reggie Jackson of the Detroit Pistons. Good player, good scorer, decent passer. Um, he plays a good basketball basically. That's all I really gotta say. And hopefully he'll keep up his playing like last season. Just keep on alley-ooping to Andre Drummond. Um, Next we have Mike Conley of the Grizzlies. He got that ridiculous deal. I'm not even going to get into that. He should not have gotten that money. But he's definitely a good player, good scorer, good passer, good rebounder, good steals, defender. Overall, he's a good player. Next, now we're in the top 10, Eric Bledsoe. Bledsoe, based on just talent alone, should not be this low. But injuries, he's just been derailed by them really for the past, was it like year? I think 1 or 2 years, I'm not sure. But he's a great talent, good scorer, rebounder, assist guy, defender. And if he can just stay healthy, he'll be a great player next year for the Suns. Next, we have Isaiah Thomas of the Boston Celtics. He's a great scorer, obviously, good passer, defender. Defense, he got to work on a little bit. But he led the Celtics to the playoffs last year, and he's just a great player. Next, we have Kemba Walker. I watched him last year a lot for the Hornets. He's a good scorer, definitely. He scored 50-something in one game. A decent passer, great rebounder, and he actually gets a good amount of blocks, too. So, he's a good player, and hopefully he does well with the Hornets next year. Next, we have Kyle Lowry of the Raptors. Played amazing in the regular season after he lost weight or something like that. But he definitely struggled a bit in the playoffs against the Heat and some games with the Cavs. Hopefully he'll play well next season for the Raptors, though he is getting a bit old. Next we have John Wall of the Wizards. Great player. Last season he couldn't lead the Wizards to playoffs, but they were really derailed by injuries, especially Bradley Beal. And yeah, hopefully he does well next year. Good passer, assist. He can do everything. Yeah. So next we have Kyrie Irving. Some people are definitely gonna disagree with me on these rankings, by the way, which is just fine. Just everyone can voice their opinion. But I put Irving here, which might be a little lower than what some think, or higher. It depends. But I think this was fair for Irving after what he showed in the finals last year with that clutch three. And he's a great scorer. He's still got to work on that defense, but definitely a great player. Four, we got Damian Lillard. Personally, one of my favorite players as well. Great scorer, great passer. He led the Blazers to a playoff berth last year, which was crazy. No one expected that. Hopefully, he leads the Blazers to an even higher seed next year. Next, we got CP3, Chris Paul of the Clippers. He's a great player. Too bad in the playoffs. He broke his hand, or fractured, I'm pretty sure. And he's the point guard, quote unquote. Great passer. Obviously, he can score when needed. Defender, he's great. So not much else to say. We got Westbrook, which for now he's on the Thunder, but I wouldn't be so sure about that. I think he's a great player. Great, he can do everything. Triple double machine, and we'll see how he does next year. Next we got Curry of the Warriors. Obviously the finals, not finals. Excuse me. He was the MVP, regular season MVP last year. Great scorer, passer. His defense has gotten better. And overall, he's a great player. So these are my rankings. Tell me what yours are in the comments down below. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Like I said before, it goes a long way. It really helps our channel. And if we can get at least 10 likes, I'll post my top 30 shooting guard rankings. So thanks as always for watching, and stay tuned for more videos. Peace.